Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
I'm Tyler.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Coming at you again with another review with guest host Tyler from TM Scents. Thank you for coming on, Tyler.
Thank you very much for having me again. It's been an honor.
And today we are reviewing Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo.
I'm so excited.
Alright, so let's get straight to it. Date introduced is 2016. It's classified as a woody spicy. Notes are black pepper, cardamom, bergamot, tiramisu, orange blossom, ambroxan, cashmere wood, sandalwood, and tonka bean. Now, Tyler, what do you get out of longevity out of this?
Excellent.
Really?
Longevity. Lasts me a very long time.
Man, on me, it's terrible.
Really?
Like terrible. Like
wow.
4 hours max.
Okay, that's odd. I have a terrible feel. Is this a premonition for how this review is going to go? Vast differences on our opinions.
Yeah. What about projection?
Projection, it is almost unbearably strong in the beginning. It is very strong in the beginning. And that literally only lasts for about 2 minutes, and then you get a decent projection for, I'd say, a good 2 hours, and then it actually does get quite close after that.
Yeah, I would say overall on me it was in the average range. All right, so season, I would say this is really good for winter and fall, and I would say this works great day and night. And purpose, I would say, to me, I think this is only good casual.
I think it could be good for a date as long as you let it, for me at least, if I wore it maybe an hour or two beforehand, so it wasn't too strong.
All right, so what does this remind you of?
Oh boy, here we go. This fragrance makes me endlessly happy. I love this stuff. It reminds me of why we strive to innovate and why as a human race we continue to progress.
Man, we're gonna send this to the moon or something from what you're saying.
I drove 90 minutes to find it. Smelled it once in a store and then bought it online immediately. To me, at least, I guess if I had to say a fragrance it reminds me of, it's kind of like Angel Men's little sibling, in a way. And for those of you who don't know, Angel Men, the original, is my all-time favorite designer fragrance. But this thing, it's not as complex, but it could be given it a run for its money. One of the things I love about it is it's such a simple joy in it. It has a simplicity. It never comes across as boring or been there, done that, or anything like that, because it's a gourmand, but it has a fresh spiciness to it, which is something I didn't expect. And then, as soon as the fresh spiciness goes away, it takes on a creamy, woody feeling. So it's almost like the gourmand aspect isn't as apparent as the fresh and spicy, woody background is.
Man, I have a drastically different opinion than you.
I was waiting for it. Oh no, Daver, don't do this to me.
So, to me, this reminds me of everything wrong with modern designer sweet scents.
What?
This is so incredibly sweet that it almost makes me nauseous. What's funny is on Fragrantica, the main note listed is quote-unquote sweet notes. And that is what I get out of this as the main note, followed by tonka bean, followed by cardamom. And that's about it. It's not a very clear fragrance. It's a very jumbled up mess, but is just so like toxically sweet. It's almost offensive, just the way that this is made. But what I think is the most offensive part with this fragrance, and this always cracks me up when I think about this, but it just makes me so mad that one of the main notes in there is tiramisu. When you compare this fragrance to tiramisu, I want to punch somebody.
Come on! I just ate tiramisu like last week and it tasted just like this smells.
No. Tiramisu has depth and complexity, and it plays on bitter notes and sweet notes. And it is definitely a sweet fragrance, but if I were to have tiramisu that tasted like this, I would send it back immediately and go write a bad review on Yelp. I'm sure that there's definitely other fragrances out there that are worse than this, but I dreaded having to wear this more than once. And the more I wore it, the more I was like, all I want to do right now is just wear Fève Délicieuse.
Ah, no.
Because this is like just an inferior, like just a really bad inferior copy of what someone is trying to make fève délicieuse with, but with like a child's crayon.
I don't know. I love hazelnuts. Let me say that.
Okay.
And when I read that Valentino Uomo had a hazelnut note, I was like, oh, honey, we're bringing it around town because it's coming. This is it. And then I smelled it and I was like, why'd you do this to me, Olivier? Why? And then I smelled this and it was like, this is what I was promised with the hazelnut scent. I get a Nutella creaminess to it and the dry down. I will admit, it is very sweet. It is almost ungodly sweet. And I think you gotta be light. You gotta be light with the trigger, but I think the sweetness is offset by the spice in it, the cardamom. And
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, because as soon as I tasted that tiramisu last week, I was like, this is it. Because to me, tiramisu has depth, but it has an elegant simplicity about it.
Right, that this doesn't have.
Hang on now. This is turning into real time with Bill Maher. Well, you know what? I've got my bottle right here, and you hear that, Daver? That's the sound of dreams right there coming out of the bottle. It's got like a cinnamony allspice type feel. To me, it's a fragrance that I could not disagree more by saying it knows exactly what it wants to be. I just love this fragrance, and I can't believe you don't.
And, all jokes aside, we all have different tastes, and so everyone's taste in fragrance is going to be different. I really like sweet fragrances, and I really like gourmands, but I really hate this because they take it too far. It really seems like they could have been more restrained, and it would have turned out a little better.
I should also mention this was my first review. This was the first fragrance I ever felt passionate enough to go out there and film a review. And it was what got me out there. It's what put me on the map. I have a special place in my heart for that reason. My girlfriend loves it. It's to me, it has a coziness and a warmth to it, and it reminds me of cuddling with her. And it has there's just something unexplainable about it. It has a magic to it to me that I really enjoy. And I should mention, I'm in high school, ladies and gentlemen. This could be why I enjoy it so much. and Daver does not. I could see how someone could say, it has no structure, it's too sweet, it has nothing to it besides its cyclical nature. But to me, it's something special. It's simple, and it's special, and I love it to pieces.
Fair enough. And now what about compliments?
Oh, forget about it. All day, every day, Daver. You can't walk down the street without getting a head turn from this one.
My wife hated this fragrance.
Really?
Part of it, I think, is because whenever you first spray it on, it's really strong.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And the sweetness is like nuclear. She doesn't necessarily like that type of fragrance. I didn't really get any notices, though, other than that. I think part of the reason, though, is because it's a lighter fragrance. Overall, on me, anyway, it was pretty light. So I didn't really get many notices from it. I have to say, I just don't think it's very good. So I don't think many people are going to say, in my world anyway, are going to say, wow, fair. You smell great.
I have a funny little anecdote about this. I actually received this fragrance in the heat of basically America falling to pieces recently. And it was like when I smelled it, I was like, man, there's hope. We can make it because a human created this.
So bang for buck, it is $45 for 100 ml. Really good value there, obviously, if you like it. Definitely not my cup of tea, but always, anytime under $50, always fantastic. All right, so Tyler, final rating, what do you give this?
I debated between a 5 and a 5.5, but I'll play by the rules. I'll go with a 5. I think it's masterful. I think it's, to me, I understand your criticisms, and I get it, and I honestly don't even disagree with what you're saying in terms of what the fragrance is. Yeah. It's just what you're saying you don't like about it is what I like about it. I'm
glad you came on and gave your different opinion. I'm going to go with a 1 out of 5.
Oh, you slay me, David. Why do you do this?
And I wrote this down on my notebook before we even talked. So, you know, I'm not trying to play up the fact that I don't like this fragrance. I just genuinely don't think it's good. Every fragrance has an audience. So someone is going to like it and then someone is going to hate it. So I definitely think this has an audience out there for somebody. I just don't really like it. And like you said, everyone is going to say, you know, I like this for this reason, and other people are going to say, I hate it for that reason. Yeah. So go into it, try it for yourself, and see what you think. I just hate this fragrance, personally.
Hey, to each their own. I don't blame you. I am questioning how much we really agree on things now. Is it because there was no Maninka in it? Would that have made it better?
Right. Yeah, it needed Maninka.
It needed more Maninka.
So that's all we have. Let us know if you've tried Ferragamo Uomo down in the comments down below. Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let us know. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. And I'll have a link down below to Tyler's channel where you can go and check him out again. Tyler, thank you again for coming on. Really appreciate having you on.
I'm glad we could talk that out. That felt like a marriage counseling. Just like we got out some bad blood between us.
Yeah. And you'll definitely have to come on again. So anytime you want to come on, you have an open door.
Thank you.
So that's all we have. Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. We're the Fragrance Bros. Bye. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my other channel, Beast Made Reviews, where me and a friend review high quality products for men. You might like it. Go check it out.